we were actually started by the Iceland brothers back in 1888. We actually started right across the street as a small little shop, still on the corner of Houston and Ludlow, but on the east side of the street there. Then at the turn of the century, they were expanding the subway system, and we needed to move. And so we actually moved over to this side of the street. And that's when the Katz family got involved. Benny and Willie, and they were cousins. They partnered with the Iceland brothers.
So the city was expanding its gelato and subway system. And they said, we got to put this gelato place here. You got to move, guys.
And they need more pastrami.
Exactly. So, so around that time, we were curing all our meats right here. So the store was just the back part of the store. What you see today was actually constructed in 1949. Before that time, this was just an empty lot right here on the corner, and there were just lots of barrels of meat and pickles lining the street. Now, obviously,
wow, that sounds
so appetizing.
Times have changed a little bit over the years.
Did you get an A for that?
Yeah, I would say Department of Health didn't really exist at that time.
Yeah, well, no, at the time, the Department of Health, as it was, would give something like that an A. Right. That was actually the standard.
That's a sign of a good.
You were 6 inches from the curb.
If you didn't have barrels, then you were in trouble.
Exactly.
That's when you start getting a B or a C
If you were selling them out of your hand,
if you just,
that would be a B.
Right.
Well, yeah.
That's just amateur hour.
Yeah, and then a C restaurant is just like a bunch of poppers with meat piled on them. Yeah, just like street urchins.
So you were selling them by the pound, pickles and pastrami by the pound?
Right out of the barrels. This whole neighborhood was obviously very different back then. Lower East Side, East Village, it was very immigrant heavy, very much, there were a lot of pushcart vendors selling knishes and hot dogs and whatever other merchandise they could kind of create on their own. And we were no different. And that's how we got our roots, and that's how we did it here for years. In 1949, right after World War II, business was going pretty well. And so we started expansion down to what you see now, to Houston Street. And it's been the same ever since.